Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you have ever wondered how to make your Angular application more responsive, and I mean who has not, today we are going to explore a super useful tool called Breakpoint Observer that will take your Angular projects to the next level. This video is perfect for anyone working with Angular who wants to learn how to dynamically adapt their layouts for any device, small screens, tablets, or desktops. So let's dive in. Alright, first things first. What is Breakpoint Observer? Well, it's part of Angular's component development kit, also known as CDK. The CDK is like this awesome toolbox that gives you some really powerful components to build modern responsive applications without much fuss. Imagine you are building an app and you want it to adapt perfectly, whether someone's using a phone, a tablet, or a large desktop screen. With Breakpoint Observer, you can write code to listen to the changes in screen size and modify what users see accordingly, all without getting tangled in CSS media queries. So instead of a screen full of messy CSS media queries, you get a simple readable code base, and let's face it, cleaner code makes us all happier. Alright, let's get started. Step 1. We need to make sure that we have the CDK installed in our project. If you have not already done, then just open your terminal and type this command npm install at angular/cdk. Press enter. This will add the CDK to your project, giving us access to all its goodies, including Breakpoint Observer. Let's jump into some code. We are going to import Breakpoint Observer and Breakpoint State from Angular CDK layout into our component. So let me show you what that looks like. So go to the app component or to the component where you want to use it and add this import statement like this. Breakpoint Observer. Also we need Breakpoint State. Okay, easy, right? Now we need to inject this service into our components constructor so that we can start observing the breakpoints. You can inject it in the constructor or you can just use the inject function as well. So let's actually use the inject function. I will define a property with the name breakpoint observer of type breakpoint observer is equal to inject breakpoint observer. Okay. By the way, you don't need to specify the type here. It will automatically infer the type from this. Okay. Once we have got that, it's time to set up the observer. This is where the magic happens. With the observer method, we can provide a media query like this: max width 600 pixels if we want to target small screens. Okay. Now let's quickly create a constructor, and here I will target this dot breakpoint observer dot, and we have the function observe. Call that, and within that function we will pass an array, and within that array we will pass all of the media queries that we want to observe. So first media query is that max, actually it has to be inside the single quote as a string, max width 600 pixels, and after that we have the subscribe function available on this. So let's subscribe to it, and within that subscription we will get the result of type breakpoint state. Okay, now I will check if result dot matches. If result matched with this breakpoint, then we will perform some action. You can write any of your logic or you can call any other function in your Angular, but for now I am going to console a simple log just to see if it is working. Screen width is 600 pixels or less. Okay, and in the else we will have console.log screen width is more than 600 pixels. Okay, so what's going on here? We use observe function here to check if the screen width is 600 pixels or less, and then we subscribe to the result, kind of like how you would subscribe to this channel if you want more great content. So now let's quickly test it. In the HTML, I'm going to get rid of all of the default HTML code that was generated by the Angular CLI. Now Go to the browser where your application is running, open the inspect element, go to the console, and you can see it is saying that screen width is more than 600. So let's reduce the size of the screen. It will not print any other log until it reaches to the 600 pixels. Okay, you can see as soon as the width became less than 600 pixels, it has displayed that console message that we added in our .ts file, that is saying screen width is 600 pixels or less. But what can you do with this information? Well, once you know the screen size, you can adapt your layout accordingly. For example, you could show a completely different UI for small screens, maybe collapse the sidebar into a menu icon or show fewer items in a grid. And if you want to take it up a notch, you can even add multiple breakpoints. You could create one for small screens, one for tablets, and another for desktops, making sure every user has a great experience no matter their device. So for that, you would add multiple items in this array like this. So I have added these three media queries. The second one is saying that the minimum width should be 600 pixels and maximum width should be 1024 pixels. In other words, the width should be between 600 pixels and 1024 pixels. And third media query is that it should be minimum 1025 pixels. This is for the desktop, this is for the tablets, and this is for the mobile phones. Okay, now you can add the if conditions for every media query. So for example, here instead of matches, you can use the property breakpoints, and this is an array. Here you will pass the media query that you want to match. So for example, you can use this as it is, and here you can say if this becomes true, then show the message saying small screen. And here we will add the else if. Actually, let me copy paste all this. So here I am saying that actually let us copy all of this code and compare it with this. So if this becomes true, then that's mean we are showing the medium screen. And finally, for the last else block, we will display console.log large screen. Okay, simple, powerful, and highly readable. Using breakpoint observer means you don't need to clutter your code base with complex media queries. Just use a few lines of TypeScript and you are done. So this is very powerful because you can do the same with the CSS as well, but in the CSS you don't have much control. You cannot do any kind of action. You cannot perform any UI changes that needs JavaScript. So but if you are using this approach, you can perform any action that is depending on JavaScript. Okay, so now it's time to test it. Let's go to the inspect element of our tab, and here you can see it is saying that it is small screen. Now if I increase the screen size, it will now show medium screen, and if you increase it further, you will see it is now showing large screen. So it will work for every screen automatically. Oh, and there is another trick. Angular CDK even comes with predefined breakpoints that make life even easier. For instance, if you want to handle phones specifically, you can use breakpoints.handset. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So you just remove all of this and here use breakpoints. Make sure breakpoints is imported from the Angular/CDK/layout and type dot, and here you will find all of the available options that you can use. For now, I want to use handset. Okay, now I can just delete everything once again, and here I will use result dot matches, and here you can show console.log, and this is a handset device. Save it and let's test it. I'm going to reduce the screen size, and now it is saying that this is a handset device. Okay. Alright folks, this is how you can use Angular's breakpoint observer to make your apps beautifully responsive no matter the device. Whether you are building complex dashboards or a sleek mobile-first application, Breakpoint Observer is a must-have in your toolkit. If you found this tutorial helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more tips, tricks and tutorials to level up your Angular's skills. And if you have any questions or topics you would love to see in the future videos, drop a comment below. Thanks for watching and happy coding.